Alright YouTube, so here I'm going to post another video about tent school. This will mainly be just some pictures and then some slides or then some short video clips that I took during the whole weekend. I probably will do some more later on about in depth what I learned, but this will mainly be, it'll start out with some pictures I took, a slideshow of some pictures. It'll go into a short video of a discussion, in-class discussion, and then it goes into a stake pulling demonstration, and then it goes into a stake driving contest at the very end over here. You'll get to see me and my brother and several other guys that were there do a stake driving contest. So anyway, I'll start with the clips now. And we'll go from there. We tried to move them, but then the problem was they had irrigation routed into them, so they couldn't move. But the tent had to go there. So what we did with the frame, and this is the luxury of the Future Track specifically, is we put the whole framework up, went ahead and we pulled the tops on while the roof framework was on the ground. And on those, we took the tops and we slid them almost right up to the trees. And then we raised it up and finished pulling those tops up while it was up in the air, right? Swimming pools is another one. I've seen people build temporary walkways across pools that they can move across and use ladders so they can get the ridge poles attached down the length of a pool and then raise that up with jacks as usual. Okay. I said I had one I was talking about yesterday. We craned tents into place, up and over things. It's a good thing about today's extrusions and tents that they're really solid, robust. And if you rig them properly, you can pick those things up and move them into place.
No, the future light required that.
A future light? Yeah. It depends on the size, right? So 20 wide, I know a lot of people will lift that by hand. When you get to 30, the guys we have a local company called Event Rentals, who's about 10 minutes from here. Been a customer of ours for a long, long time, and we contract with them to come in and they put up the 50 wide. Us as a manufacturer, we don't have install crews that go out and do this stuff. So we build this stuff. There's a few of us on staff that will go out and do the training. And we'll train, like I said yesterday, if you buy a tent that's new to your inventory, somebody factory trained is going to be out to help with the install. But Event Rentals comes in and they did these tents for us. And even though it was a frame only, they still used 2 jacks on that future light out there, just because it was safer. So they thought they may be able to manhandle, but they just went ahead and put 2 jacks on it, made it safe. So I will warn you against that too. When it gets to these things, a lot of times people will cut corners and do things that they think is faster, but it ends up costing them more time and labor and possibly safety issues by cutting those corners. To answer your question certainly future light, we only do a future light, which is that 2-inch round frame, like we're gonna go see here in a second. We only do that up to 30 wide because that's as big as we feel like that extrusion can handle, and it's safe. And we have engineering documents on it. It's engineered for like 50 to 75 mile an hour winds, something like that. It's not nearly as robust as something like with this extrusion. This extrusion in 30 wide, I want to say the number's like 125. It's engineered for. And when I'm thinking about it, when we talk about engineering and wind load, the wind load is only as good as the tent's anchor, right? So even if the tent's certified for 125 mile an hour winds, that document's going to show you what that tent has to be anchored to, and it's up to you as the installer to be able to get to that. And Pete's we got a whole session we're going to do in the morning about anchoring and to try to tie all this stuff together to make sure that your tents aren't moving and going anywhere that they shouldn't be. That's about it for just talking, roughly speaking, on the different tent styles. And back in, let me finish up. Back to 50, we do our 50 watt future track. That's our version of the frame. You'll see different frame styles that go together differently. I know Classic, they have a product called a Navitrack built by Anchor, it's a competitor of ours, and it goes together a lot differently than the Future Track. It's just built differently where if it's a gable, it goes together like a structure, meaning with our Future Track, we build the roof framework and then we lift that up and put the legs under it. Navi's a little different where you build the A-frame with the legs included, and they have what are called rotating bases, and that whole arch stands up together, right? And then they have purlins, which are basic like your perimeter poles, your ridge poles, things that are running horizontal to the ground down the length of the tent. Those drop in, meaning they have a hook on one end and a tab on the other, and you do that from the ground and drop those in. Hip in the tent on an avenue, you still have to use the jack. So, and there's different, I will say this too, think about it. Different manufacturers have different takes on these extrusions and these Keter type tents. We have two of our competitors build an extrusion that's just like this. We do some different takes on it in terms of the way the brackets attach in certain places that we think would make a little more sense. And then there's, like Aztec does a jumbo track. That's a push button version of a frame like this, but there's some other things about that we can get into later that's a little bit different. And Anchor does it. Everybody's got, this is kind of the big thing now, 30, 40, 50 wide. There's a lot of people in this market. There's pretty much, the big ones are Top Tech, Anchor, Aztec, and Olympic on these type engineered 40 watt product, 40 and 50 watt product, 30, 40, 50. Okay. So let's do this. Let's go out and we're going to try to beat a little bit of rain. Let's talk about some vinyl on this future light, and we may come back in here and talk about it just a little bit. So the guys dropped the truck for us just outside the fence. We're going to be on the, and it's got our tops on it. And we're going to be on this 30 watt frame out here. I need a couple of hands, if I can, to help get this tops off of this truck, and we'll take them over to this frame. We'll all meet up there.
Alright, so here now is going to be a couple video clips of the stake pulling demonstration. Now my video clips are not that great. Not great of quality of sound from where I was standing with the amount of people and the class. But anyway, so this will be Pete McVey doing the instructing, and he has some videos of the same demonstration, same class already on YouTube. So I will grab that link and post that in the description. So go ahead and watch that also. Very good class, very good demonstration of this, of what stakes are made for in the industry and gang staking, and the little candy cane stakes, and just all these different kind of stakes that we use in the industries, and how you should use them. So anyway, watch his videos as well, and here they are.
Multiply the sin by tying the anchor point off at the top of the stake. I see that on a very regular basis. The next one is halfway driven in, but I'm going to tie it down to the ground so that you can see the difference there. And then the last one is the angle drive, and then finally the way it should be. So you'll be able to see as these are driven in bad what it is, all the way out here the way it's supposed to be. Okay? So first in here, we've driven it halfway in, we tied it halfway at the top. Anybody got a guess? Throw a number out. What's it? 450, 500, 400. I got 3, I got 4, I got 5. Stop there. You guys down there can probably see it better than them, but this stake is just bending forward. Okay? It's moving a little bit here, but the fact that we're tied up at the top, we're creating that big lever arm, and it's just bending the stake forward. Okay? So at this point, we're pretty much failed, even though the stake is still there, even though it'll probably still hold the tent up, but we've released the tension in the tent due to the fact that we're halfway driven, halfway tied. Okay, so my number is about 450 pounds, going for a little bit more money. See, right? See how this thing is bending forward and coming right out of the ground. We gained through that pull about another 200 pounds, but obviously that's not doing anything. Okay? We lost the other one in the neighborhood of 500, 450, 500 pounds. This one was 5, we're at 6. By moving that knot down, we've gained about 200 to 300 pounds of holding power. Still not enough for what we're doing. We're failing at that 600, 650. What did I tell you we need as a minimum? Somewhere in the neighborhood of 800 to 1,000 pounds. So at this point, again, for installation, you're going to have a failure on your tent. All stakes should be driven in straight up and down. Straight is defined as straight, 0, as much as 15 degrees back is still straight. Once we get beyond 15 degrees, it's no good. Here we go. We're at an angle. We're driven all the way here. We're at 700. We're at 800. Stop there. Probably not going to be able to see it, but on the front here, from right about where my finger is, all the way around to here, this soil is starting to buckle forward. Okay, this is called plowing or knife edging, is what that's called. And you're going to see that more when you drive a stake in an angle, because the angle of the stake versus the angle of the rope creates like a knife action. So in addition to losing the soil wedge, you're creating that knife action. Okay? So I think we're going to try, it's too crazy, we're going to tear this all the way out. You'll be able to see the big lump of soil that's going to come out in front of this stake. We're currently at 700. It's failed there. We're tickling 1,000 to pull it out. Stop there. You guys can probably see it, but this is what I got going on. Just pulled this big chunk out from in front of, and it's failed. So this failed somewhere in the neighborhood of 700 pounds. Is that good enough? Marginal. You add a bunch of water to this, you add a lot of wind to this, you have 1 or 2 of those fail, and the tent starts doing this, it's going to come down. So you're going to my belief, watching everybody yesterday, and I believe in myself, we're going to be pretty close to that with this stake. right? 1,000 pounds. Held 1,000 pounds. Rope snap. That cost you something 1,200. But you basically failed at 1,000 pounds. So this is the average coil that we're talking about throughout the country. A single stake holds 1,000 pounds.
Alright guys, so here now is going to start the stake driving competition. And the clips I got are probably a couple of the best groups that went. And now some of the groups are not very good still, but they were probably still some of the best. They weren't that great as stake drivers there. And my performance at the end of this.
You guys ready?
That's a good one.
Alright guys, so here is now my run at this stake. My chance to hit the stake in. And I'm not impressed with this stake driving at all. I almost dropped out of this competition because the previous week I had hurt my neck right before I went on this deal, and it was still hurting here, so I almost dropped out of it. But I just wanted to do it. It was gonna be a fun time to do it, fun chance to go out there and hit the stake in with these guys. So I went ahead and did it, but did not do that very good. Wasn't very impressed with it. So I just missed too many times. Just didn't have the power. Two things you need to hit the stake in. So anyway, here's that clip.
12 to a 20, pounder.
Go ahead, Pete. We need 2 clocks. The time starts when the hammerhead hits the stake the first time.
It started.
Alright guys, so there is all the videos and clips I have of this trip. Now I'll probably be posting, or I'll probably be at least referring to the trip on several more of my videos to come. There was just a lot of in-depth learning to this trip, and some of the things I'll be changing, and some of the things that I still may refer to this class. But anyway, there was the overview of the clips and videos that I took, and how the class sort of goes, and just a fun trip. So there it is.